This episode of Enormous the Podcast is made possible by bugs. They are many. They are a mighty kingdom. We are not mighty. We are only heavy and smart. So, this morning, I went in the kitchen and poured some oil into the fryer pot that we have, and I didn't put the little basket in. I left it out, and when that grease got to between 500 and 700 degrees, I took the top of my head and I dipped it in for a few minutes. That's why this shit is so crispy. I'm known as Iceberg in some circles because my hair is so fresh. No, seriously, I went to the barber, and when I got home, I walked through the door and everybody grabbed up their cell phones and started typing and making calls. And they told me, after I told them to settle down a little bit, that they were on the phone with the fire department because what had happened at the barber shop was heat, and they were worried about me. So they were bringing fire trucks to kind of control this. This has been a busy day. I forgot to turn the light on at the beginning of the thing, like an idiot. So, how are you idiots? I'm well hydrated. I feel confidently hydrated. There's a small songbird that lives in my throat, and when I open my mouth, it begins to sing, and that's what you're hearing right now, is the music born of that songbird's passion. Lives right here. It's incredible. I have a vibrant life. Another drink in like 20 seconds. I'm kind of thirsty. Honestly, I don't think I'm as hydrated as I thought I was. But welcome to episode 6. For all my talents, I've absorbed. Start over. Of all the talents that I have, I got none of them from the kingdom of Pisces. I cannot breathe water. I just tried to, prove it on film, can't do it. So some aspects of my life completely suck. Anywho, I'm not just gonna go on that for the whole time. I should, but I'm not, because fucking it's whatever. First things first, I'm a little bit in a strange mood. Been dealing with a death, and how do I say it? I don't know how to start the story. A couple years ago, when I went to GED class, I went with a young man who was really, really passionate about tree climbing, and that's what he wanted to do. He was getting his GED, I think as a promise to himself that he kept. He had spent some time on the inside. He was recently out, had a couple of kids, and just was very, very focused on becoming a tree climber and an arborist. I suggested to him, hey, why don't you hook up with the company that I was a part of? I know that they're quality guys. We would go out on breaks between classes and have a cigarette and just talk about it. And he had that look in his eye of somebody who's who's going to do it. They're going to do it. He has that determination. It wasn't a honeymoon phase sort of a feeling. There was a genuineness to what he was doing, and I don't know how to say it exactly. Just as look in his eye, you knew he was looking into the future to try to make a good future. And he died late last week in a tree cutting accident, working for the company that I recommended he go to. And while I know that that's not my fault, that there's, first of all, climbing trees and trimming them and cutting them down, I think it's in the top 5 most dangerous jobs in the nation. People get badly injured and killed fairly regularly. It's a very dangerous job, and most of the time it doesn't even matter how many safety precautions you take, how careful you are, how aware of a situation you are, or how skilled you are. There's forces at work that you can't predict. Anything from a sudden gust of wind to an old crack inside the tree that was caused by lightning. Just a lot of variables. I don't actually know what happened to him in terms of how the accident went down, but I do know that he died with the company that I told him to go to. So I'm a little bit fucked up about that. So we'll see what happens with the rest of this podcast. We started out a little crazy. Now we got a little sad, and we'll see what happens after that. But anyway, that's been on my mind a lot. I don't know. I haven't processed it at all emotionally. I really haven't. So I've been thinking about that for about a week, and it's weird. I've never had something like that happen before, and I don't like it. It's a real bad feeling. And now, I don't know. I think about his kids, how they're missing him and how they were cheated out of something that they deserved. And that's rough. That's a hard thing to think about. I'm going to have another drink. It was good. And before you think I'm going the way of my fathers, it's just water. Nothing exciting. Shit, I probably should have had this time around. We'll be right back. I bet that was exciting. Sorry about that. Stepdaughter was rocking out to her K-pop. Anyway, sad. Fucked up. It's never cool when someone dies unexpectedly like that, and being connected to it is just no good. It's no good. She didn't turn that music down very far, did she? Son of a bitch. Ah, well, fuck it. So there's going to be a small soundtrack in the background of this that you'll get to enjoy with me. Think of it as being here and having a discussion with me in person, which is infinitely worse, I assure you. I want to talk a little bit about politics. I've been thinking about that. I've kind of been out of the political scene for a little bit, and last week's episode kind of got me back thinking again about it. And stay the fuck there. So I think I'm going to do, before that I do that though, I'm going to take you on a finger guided tour of my house. I'm on a couch in the TV. There's windows behind you, pretty nice ones. Pretty nice big windows. It's cool. I look out into the street, which traffic uses to drive down here to let me listen to their new sound systems. That's what this street is for. So if you hear bumping and in the background, that's their new stereo systems. The secondary use of that road is for people in really shitty cars to rev their engines. It's kind of an engine rev test trip before they go out and do the real thing in the town. They want to do it here so they don't get embarrassed when they pull up to a stoplight and then they have a shitty rev. My door. If you were to put a laser pointer on my finger, it would shoot you right in the heart if you were standing in the doorway. So, as I talk about politics, this is what I want you to do. I want you to feel at home. There's the door. If you don't like the conversation or it hurts your feelings, make yourself at home, use it like it was your own door, and get the fuck out. It's easy. As the enemies of America, the people who live south of the border say, my casa is your casa. First off, what a goddamn disaster. The fucking level of inhumanity and apathy in this country is goddamn astounding. Number one, I've been looking at news art, which is never a good deal because I'm ready to tie one on, verbally speaking, after I read news articles, but not even Fox News can spin this. They're after their own. Here's what needs to happen. Somebody needs to get on the phone, call the White House, and tell Trump his mouthpiece is broken, because Fox News can't even spin this, dude. It's fucking crazy. We're 2 generations away from the people that caused one of the most significant acts of mass humanity in the middle of the 20th century. It's hard to nail down times because people are always doing fucked up stuff. But my grandfather fought in World War II. And here we are, we have fucking people are arguing about the definitions of concentration camps. That shouldn't be a conversation we're even having. We're doing something, and then we're arguing the fine points of concentration camps. That's like someone saying, well, he stabbed the dude 40 times, and then someone coming in and going, it was 39. At this point, it doesn't matter. It's fucked. Anyway. Yeah. But kind of piggybacking off last week. What in the fuck, dude? I'm frustrated. Because, first of all, in reading news, you can't read a news article that also isn't a recruitment for that way of thinking. It's not news. It's a recruitment poster. And I fucking hate that. Don't make up my mind for me. I can do that myself. Pretty good at it, actually. And then what annoys me is the fact that the left side of the map keeps fighting this fight as if they can fight this fight. There's no power on the left. None. You stepped out of your arena. You're fighting beyond your depth. It's the battlefield of the enemy's choosing, and you suck at it. You're losing. Liberals find a different thing to do. What I mean by that is this. The conservative... cool, I had a little throat burp. The little bird had a throat burp in my mouth. Even birds sometimes get gas. Dude, quick interlude. I ate so many fucking hot dogs last night. And then, like, my intestines were just hell for like 3 hours. I like hot dogs, but I'm probably not going to do that again. It was fucking stupid. I just wanted some hot dogs, so I ate them, and it was a real bad idea. It was like, after I did that, dude, I think I had like 4 or 5 hot dogs. It was fucking crazy. It was like 2 sumo wrestlers were inside of my stomach, battling to the death. They weren't pushing each other out of the ring. They were killing one another. Because shit was booming. Anyway, here's the deal. The conservative mindset is one that naturally tends toward divisiveness, one that tends towards isolation. It's what they do, man. It's what they do. Everything that they're trying to get accomplished separates them more. And that's why they don't really have a problem with racism, because it's separating. They don't see separation as a problem, as an issue. If you think I'm just holding forth on something I know nothing about, was raised conservative, was in that camp for 31 years, I know it. So, I'm not saying I'm an expert, because I'm an expert at absolutely nothing, but I am saying that I know the mindset, and the mindset doesn't have a problem with being separated. In fact, it seeks it out. Then you have the liberal mindset, which is attempting to be inclusive and include everybody and have everybody in. And I might have covered this in episode 5, but who gives a fuck? You're getting it again now. So more and more and more, I see people who are liberally minded trying to fight this war of separation. And conservatives are calling bullshit. You know, aren't you supposed to be the people that include everybody? And it's a fucking embarrassment, because conservatives are so much better, because they're genuine about separating, than liberals. It's fucking crazy. And then calling liberals on their bullshit. You can't have 2 things at once. You're holding 2 opposing ideas in your camp at the same time. That's bullshit. So, yeah, liberals, find a different way to do it. I don't have the solutions. I don't. And I wish I did. But god damn it, stop trying to fight your enemy where your enemy is strongest. Fucking do something different. Because they're way better at it than you are, and you kind of suck at your own game. Because you really aren't about inclusion. You're about inclusion of the ideas you like anybody else. As I said, this couch, I was interrupted, is what it is. As I was saying before the break, my couch is in the kitchen, dude. And if that heat level is rising and you can't deal with it, make yourself at home. Use the door like you would in your own house. Make free use of it and get the fuck out. It's easy. Anyways, that's what it is. Fighting where they have no power. And they just want to blame people. You know what? This is some gravy for your brain right here. You like gravy? And of course you like brains. Otherwise you wouldn't be watching this show, because that's what it's all about, is brains. Why not have gravy for your brain? Brain gravy is this, right here. Own the problem. Own it. Own the shit out of it. Because when you own it, then you can define it. And then once you define it, then you can define a solution for it. Then you own the solution. And then you have a little bit more power than you had before. I tell that to the offenders at my work. It's what I do at my job. When I see a problem, I try to own it so that I can fix it. I'm not perfect at it, but I do my best. And that goes to both camps, really. I'm just tired of seeing these racist, homophobic motherfuckers win and keep winning because the people that have the ability to actually change something and get some real social progress down are fighting on a level that they don't understand and they can't maintain. It's bullshit. DNC just needs to withdraw completely. Democrats completely. Don't put a candidate up for election. Either quit Congress or just don't vote. Don't do anything. And instead of doing that shit in Washington, D.C., come to cities and towns and build houses for HUD and go around and help in soup kitchens and run maybe run some wellness clinics like the World Health Organization does in third world countries. Do that for some homeless people here. Fucking get some hot patch these potholed ass roads out here. Then, for 8 years, then go get elected. Guess what? You will have fought in something you're strong at doing, serving people and considering people. You will have a legitimate platform, and the goddamn nation will be your oyster. If you like oysters. If not, it'll just be something you like that you can easily eat, which is most things. You can easily eat almost anything unless you're chasing it down and killing it with your teeth. Time to stop this bullshit. Anyway, own the goddamn problem, dude. Own it. Trump is president, and it's your fault. It's my fault. It's all of our fault. Own it. Fix it. Fuck. Nah. Anyway, goddamn. I need to stay off the news, dude. It fucks me up. It fucks me up because it gets me mad because it doesn't make any sense. We're running around with our asses out expecting something different to happen. But you know the only people who can do that separate shit is those rednecks that run around with guns and fuck with neo-Nazis. Those guys, they're not Antifa, they're something else. I don't remember what they're called, but they're these like redneck dudes that are like as against racism as a Nazi is for racism, and they're fucking confrontational. If you want to fight on that level, then yeah, fucking do it, because their money is definitely where their mouth is. They bring that whole almost divisive mindset into what they do. Now, if you're gonna do that, fucking do it. Anyway, I've talked about that. I'm not talking about it anymore. It's over. Also, fun fact, Serena Williams made the Wheaties cereal box cover. Cereal box, is that saying enough? Yeah, Serena Williams. Took her 23 Grand Slams to do it. Winning 23 Grand Slams to do it. I've never won 23 of anything. Ever. Like, I never even won that many consecutive days of detention because eventually someone would come in and say, look, he's going to be a drone for the rest of his life. We can't let him think that he's succeeding at something. And we have to build, we just got to build a draft animal here, people. Don't give him the victory. Let him eat manual labor. Anyway, Serena Williams, dude. First time I saw her play tennis, I fell in love. It was quite a while ago. One of my little forays out into the world. I was still in the community. Left to do something. Tennis was on. We watched it. I saw Serena Williams, and I thought, You know, it'd be all right if she just wanted to marry me. That'd be fine. That'd be okay. She wasn't my first interracial crush though. I kind of always been, I guess, a little bit about squirrel life. Cause TLC, man, I saw them on a magazine cover once in the '90s. Another foray out into the wicked world, and the one with the T on her shirt, T-Boz. Um, she had a little bobby haircut, light colored hair. I'm rambling, god damn it. Anyway, fell in love with her. Then I fell in love with Serena Williams. And then I fell in love with Jeannie. And here we are. And now you're all up to speed. That was a quick movement through time. It's one of the benefits of being part of the future people is the ability to move through time quickly. Anyway, I'm fucking out, dude. I think it's gonna be long. It's been fun. It has been fun. But everything is a cycle. Like it if you like it. Don't like it if you don't like it. Subscribe if you want. Or don't. It's all good. Share it. I actually would really appreciate more shares. So if you can find it in your heart to share this shit, share it with the world. Shit's going good. Weekly Extra Edition episode 1 did pretty good. The views weren't real high, but people seemed to watch it. They seemed to enjoy it. Kind of started a bit of a shitstorm on Facebook with it because it got people who were also members emotional. But it's all right. Remember me. Hit buttons or don't. Once again, it's all good. I'm gone.